Hi everyone, this is Cynthia. I'm back again. I just wanted to join in the fun. I've noticed that on YouTube there has been a crochet tag going around and it was started by one virtuous woman. So I wanted to answer those questions for you too so that you can get to know me a little bit better. So let's get started. And I'm looking at my phone, by the way, for the questions. Okay, here are the questions. Number one, how long have you been crocheting? Well, I first learned to crochet when I was probably 8 or 9. And at that time I only knew the basic stitchings. I knew chain stitch, I knew single crochet and double crochet, and that was it. And then about a year ago is when I noticed that there were all these tutorials up on YouTube, and I was like, oh man, I have to learn. You know, that is awesome, because I tend to be a visual learner. So that was great for me, and since then I've been crocheting a lot more frequently, and I've really enjoyed it this go around. Okay, 2, who taught you how to crochet? My grandmother actually taught me to crochet. She was very good. She made doilies, she could make clothes, she could make bags, jewelry, she could make anything. She was a great teacher too. I remember always sitting there with her while she crocheted and asking her, please grandma, teach me something. And she said, okay, sit down. And so she is the one that just piqued my interest with crochet. And so I thank her for that. And of course, YouTube now for teaching me even more things that I didn't even know. Number 3, what's your favorite hook size? I have 2 hook sizes that I like to use, and I brought them with me because I don't remember the sizes otherwise. This one is H, or the 5mm. I really like using this one for smaller projects. And the other one for bigger projects is this one, the J hook in the 6mm. Isn't that the same thing? Oh, one's 5mm, one's 6. Sorry, that's what I said. Anyway, yeah, those are my favorite sizes to work with. Let's see. What is your favorite brand of hooks? My favorite brand of hooks, I don't have one. I mean, I can say that my favorite brand is Boy because it's the only one I've ever owned. So to me, it's my favorite. I mean, I've seen so many others out there, but I've never tried them, so I can't really say. So for now, I'll say Boy. Number 5. What's your favorite yarn? I don't have a favorite yarn. I like all yarns. I think they're all pretty and varied in color, textures. I tend to buy the Red Heart Super Savers because, of course, they're the cheapest and that's what works for me. I also like the Karen ones. I don't like the super soft ones because they tend to be a little too soft for me. When I make flowers, they just kind of slump over when I use that really soft yarn. So overall, I use the Red Heart yarns, but I also like, I've bought I think the Vanna's Choice, I think that's what it's called, yarn. I've seen the Bernat yarn and that looks really pretty, but really Super Saver from Red Heart is what I use. Let's see, number 6, what's your favorite pattern? I don't have a favorite pattern, but what I like to make the most is probably hats. I like making hats. Even though I don't get to do them a lot, they're very challenging to me. I tend to have to redo them quite a bit, but I don't know, it's something about the spiral, I don't know. I really like making those. Let's see. Okay, number 7. Who's your favorite crochet guru? My favorite crochet guru? Well, I don't think I have a favorite on that either, but Teresa from Crochet Geek was the first person I found on YouTube whose tutorials I followed, and I could follow her very easily. And then there was, who did I follow after that? Oh, Bob Wilson 123, Claire, and then I've watched Mikey's Mail, and I also watched a Hispanic lady, a Peruvian lady. Her name is Esperanza Rosas, and since I am Hispanic, obviously I understand her tutorials and I love her too. She sounds just like my grandmother, which is why I really like watching her videos. So those are my favorites. Let's see. What are you inspired by? I am inspired by anything. I mean, like right now it's fall and the leaves are starting to change, and I think that's just beautiful, and I get inspired from seeing those colors. When I go to the store and look at yarn, I'm inspired. I just love seeing the variety of textures, colors. All kinds of ideas pop into my head. And another thing I tend to do is I have this notebook that I print off all kinds of patterns for hats, headbands, shawls, collars, you name it, I have it in here. And I also collect those little patterns that they have at the store. I take them all. I love them. I haven't done many of these yet, but this is my inspiration. I look through this all the time, and then I come up with something on my own. Okay, number 9. What do you use for a stitch marker? For a stitch marker, I just use a piece of yarn of another color. I don't see the point in buying a stitch marker. I don't know. That's just me. I just use another yarn of another color. Number 10. What was the highest amount you paid for one skein of yarn? $5? I mean, I haven't really ventured out that much and bought anything expensive. Plus my husband would kill me. But yeah, probably $5, $6, maybe max. Number 11. How many times have you done How many times have you redone a project before you got it right? Lots of times. It's all trial and error, really. With anything that I make, even if I've made a trillion of them, I don't know, because I'm a perfectionist, I guess, I have to have it just right. And I keep undoing certain stitches, or sometimes I start over if I get so frustrated. So I can't even tell you how many times I've redone something. A lot. Do you know how to read patterns? Yes, I know how to read patterns, but I don't know how to read charts. I'm learning that still, and I really like to learn. 13. How do you feel when you're in a yarn store? Express your feelings. I like that. How do I feel? Oh man, I just went today. I went to Hobby Lobby with my husband, and I was like, eee! I was so giddy and excited. I don't know, I like going there. I like being inspired. And I don't know, it just makes me happy. I love it. I love being there. I could be there all day. Do you have a lot of yarn but still feel like it's not enough? Actually, I don't have a lot of yarn. I have like a small basket and a small tub of yarn, but I don't have a whole big stash, even though I would love for it to be a lot bigger and for it to increase, but I don't. I wish. And yeah, it's never enough. Do you think you're a yarnaholic? What do you think? If I could, I'd buy every yarn available. I love yarn that much. Have you ever freestyle crochet? No, I have not. I'm still not confident enough to do that yet. Something that I have done is, for instance, if I'm making a hat and it's not turning out the way I want it to, maybe I just decrease stitches. I tweak the pattern a little bit so that it will fit what I want. But as in just picking up yarn and a hook and creating something completely new, no, I haven't done that. Express how you feel when you are counting in crochet and someone interrupts you. My husband can tell you that. It's annoying. Or sometimes what I tend to do is when he comes in the room and starts to talk to me, I start counting out loud. I'm like 18, 19, 20, and then I try to get to an even number and then try to remember that that is where I left off. That doesn't always work. Sometimes I'm like, oh, I forgot what number I was on, and then I have to undo that row and start over. So it is pretty annoying. Do you dream about crochet? No, I don't dream about crochet, not that I know of. Do you drive and crochet? No, I don't know who does that. I can't do that. No, it's like texting and driving, or I don't know. I can't do that. Do you crochet at work? Well, I work for myself, so yes, I crochet at work. Here at home a lot of the time, and yes, I do crochet here at home. Do you dislike it when you have a simple pattern but it is hard to follow due to the way it is written? Yes, it's very frustrating. But I know that I'm not the only one, because at times I'll see comments below a certain pattern and they're asking, wait, on this part, how do you do this? How do you do that? And I'm like, phew, I'm not the only one. So yes, it is frustrating. How many UFO unfinished objects do you have? Unfinished objects. How many do I have? Just maybe 3. I like to work on a certain project at a time. For instance, I'm working on an order now from a friend, and I want to finish that up, even though there's something else I really want to work on, like make a hat or a scarf or something. But until I finish that, I don't really want to do anything else. Do you travel with your hook and yarn? Sometimes I do, not always. When I do, I get just a few minutes to crochet something. Usually I have to carry my patterns with me because, like I said, I don't freestyle crochet. So unless I can carry a pattern book or something with me, then I just don't carry it along. But as soon as I get home, you can believe that I'm going to crochet something. That was it. That was the last question. I hope that helped you guys learn a little bit more about me. And I'd love to see others of you do this crochet tag. I would love to see it. So anyway, until next time, I'll talk to you guys later.